Hi, Donna. Uh, Great subject for an event, a band performance. And I've got this bracket to just show three at a time. I'm hoping this will be sufficient for this project. So starting off with the setup, the band getting ready and tuning and preparing. I particularly like the one on the right here. I like this because I've got mail. Um, I like this one because it is balanced, and even though you can't see the guy's face, it shows that he is in the. In fact, I kind of like it because you can't see his face. He's not performing. He's setting up. He's doing his thing, and you can see the instruments around him, so that sets the scene. The one on the left. I like I mean, he's tuning his fiddle there. I'm a little bothered by just a guitar off in the left here. I'd kind of like either more or less of that, either not there at all or more of it. But anyway, so then I assume that this is announcing on the left here is announcing the band, and then we're starting to perform. And nice close-up of the guitar there. There's another close-up later on that I like better. And some performers. And more group shots. And this one on the right, I think, to me, was a really great possibility for a slow exposure, a long exposure to get some blur. I think that the drumsticks could have blurred very nicely, and because they're moving so much faster than any other part of him, you'd get the blur on the drums, on his hands and the drumsticks, and maybe actually still have relatively sharp features on his face, which is a nice effect. So something to think about for the future. And moving on. Now we're starting to get the whole band here. Don't quite have, let's see, almost got the drummer in this one. This one in the middle is underexposed because the background is so bright. So your light meter picked up the background, and that's a kind of a situation you just have to get so you can recognize it. And you should have noticed when you looked at it on your LCD screen that it was underexposed, and you could have moved your exposure compensation up to it'd blow out the background, but so what? You'd get more detail on the performers, and so that's something to be alert for. And starting to get some audience here. That's good. I like that this shows some background, a bit of a scene setting. The close-up of the guitar that I like is there's less stuff around it. It's a very clean shot, and the one in the middle is underexposed. Again, something to recognize when you're doing this. And let's see, you're at a 40th of a second at 1800, so maybe kicking up the ISO a bit more to get more exposure there. And this one on the right, if you had the opportunity to move a little bit to your right, you could have gotten that guitar neck out of the way, and maybe made a little cleaner shot of that one. I like the composition with the drums, though. That's the arrangement with the drums is very nice. I'd just like a little bit more space here. And now we've got some audience. This one, I like this because it illustrates an issue with white balance. You can see that your white balance is keyed on the interior space, but look at the exterior space, how blue it is out there, because the interior lighting was some kind of incandescent lighting, and so with the white balance adjusted for that, the exterior becomes blue because of the difference in the color of the light. So it's a nice illustration of that. And let's see, the audience ones, I like this kind of angle where you can see the audience, but you can also see the band in the background. I like that approach. Remember, you can experiment with different heights for your camera. Try it overhead, try it down low. Try different heights to this one I think is more successful than the other one. Let me go back and look at the other one again. Yeah, the this chair in the foreground, it's a little bit off balance with all this space right here, whereas in this one, I think this is filling in that space a little bit better. And nice scenery here. You don't really get the sense of what they're all looking at in this one, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but you want to maybe have some sense of context in that. So if it's part of a large collection, then that can work well. And now the whole band here. And interesting that when you're shooting the whole band, you were going with a slow exposure. I'd kind of like to see them more in the whole band shots. I was afraid this would happen. Let me see if I can get up. Here we go. Okay, so the last set here. And my favorite of the band shots, I think, is this one, even though there's a cord going down over the drummer's face, because it's I can see everybody here, and they're more in focus. I kind of like the idea of this shot being more in focus. And all these I've got mail things that you're hearing in the background is critique videos uploading. So let's take a look now at the ones that you chose. I like the composition you did in these two in particular. This one actually, if it were sharper, it would be my favorite because you can see everybody and they're all engaged in what they're doing. But just my personal preference for this kind of a shot is I'd rather have it be more sharply focused on less motion. I do like in this middle one the way that the mandolin player is looking at the guitarist. I like that kind of exchange there. Now let's go back up and look at the ones that you picked. So since you're only picking 5, that's a tough call to boil this down to 5, and it's always a challenge. I think I would have done fewer setup shots and more, definitely maybe a few more. One of the audience, one of the looking in at the band from the audience. Maybe a shot that sort of sets the scene more. And these are nice shots though. This one, as I said, I'm bothered by the guitar on the left side. It's sort of just hanging there in space, but good project, and your exposures by and large are good. You had some challenges, but I think you did well. Thanks.